Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cricket Castaway. I'm Nishant, joined again by Divyansh, and today we're gonna first review the India versus Pakistan game in this one, what we thought was good and bad, and then probably we'll move towards the India versus US game that's happening in a few hours from now. So, how are you, Divyansh, and how did you enjoy the game that just happened between India and Pakistan?
Yeah, it was really good, and initially it gave us all a sort of a heartbreak, and I went into that thought process that is it going to be 2021 all over again? But it was not meant to be, and we have a much better team than that this time. So yeah, the fortunes turned right after the first innings ended, and when the Indian bowling started. So it was pretty evident that they have come onto the ground with a clear intention, with an intent to make it as difficult as possible for the Pakistan team. So yeah, it was great to see the fight back. The It was very lovely the way Rohit rotated the bowlers, and all the fielding unit came together to save every run possible. So yeah, it was a great team effort, and a really historic win. If you look at the total that we defended, it is one of the lowest in the
Yeah,
T20 World Cup history. So yeah,
yeah.
really really good win.
I think it was kind of a strange game for me, if you ask me, because I think 30 of the 40 overs Pakistan were right on top, and for their bowling efforts were pretty good. Our batsmen didn't perform to the level that we thought they would, and they we kept losing wickets at regular intervals. And even in the bowling for the first 10 overs or so, I think Pakistan were firmly in control of the game. It's only after the 11th over or so that our bowlers started crawling back into it, and in the last few overs it was just pressure showing, and I think Pakistan really crumbled under that pressure. But for 30 of the past 40 overs, I think they were the better side.
Yeah, definitely. Especially in the when they were bowling, so they were really on top of the Indian batting side, and there were a lot of chances also created by Rishabh Pant. Although he was really lucky that none of them stuck. So also a bit of a luck. And then it was really good seam bowling in friendly bowling friendly conditions by the Pakistan team. The all the four seamers stuck to their strengths, and really put a lot of pressure on the Indian batting side, especially the dismissals of Jadeja and Shivam Dube. They were just pure pressure situation kind of wickets. They choke them. They stem the flow of runs so much that even when a batsman is looking to uh, uh, get a single, then they were doing such mistakes. Like especially the wicket of Jadeja, he was just trying to uh, run it down the long off for a single, but the ball was stopping so much, and the two pace of the wicket created so much of doubts in the batsman's mind that even that went for a wicket. So the situations as well as the skills that Pakistani bowling possess, they all together did a wonderful job, and there was a lot of pressure visible on the Indian batting order as well.
Yeah, I think we had talked about this earlier in the preview as well. We didn't think that this can be a Shivam Dube kind of a game, simply because his batting is more suited to a batting friendly wicket, if you would ask me. So when the balls are keeping low and slow, and with the skills that the Pakistani bowlers had, we always thought that this might not be the best day for Shivam. But the concerns lie with Virat's and Surya Kumar Yadav's form, because I think They are the two pillars for this batting lineup, and consistently now in the first two games, specifically for Virat, we don't see him playing the kind of shots that he's going out to. And I mean, it's very good that we do want him to, bat at a strike rate of 150 and above. But there's no harm in giving yourself an over and a half to just assess the conditions and the pitch and get a few runs under your belt before you start getting gung ho. And this was a nothing of a shot really. So like he just got gave his wicket away, which was strange.
Yeah, I think the way I think he's still in a frame of mind that the way he was opening for RCB, he's still following the same style, but the pitches and the conditions have totally changed in the last week or so, and I think there might be an adjustment required in the strategy because he's a gem of a player, we all know, but. There has to be some strategic adjustments made into it. So I think he should not look after for the 150 plus strike rate right now. Maybe a bit more consolidated, a bit more settled start uh, would be required here, because looking at the pitches, at least in New York, this strategy is not going to prove very useful if you want to be aggressive from the first ball, because there is some assistance from the pitch as well as some surprises every time uh, this pitch pops up for you, the Nassau County
Yeah.
pitch. So yeah, there is some adjustment required.
I think even when we move to the latter half of the tournament and we go to the West Indies, the pitches are going to be similar as we are seeing them play out. They're all low and slow wickets there as well. So, and as you rightly pointed out, I mean, Virat is the most experienced player on international circuit right now. So, I mean, it doesn't take him this. It should be, I think, right now an easy task for him to just switch on the mindset, because as you rightly said that he has all the skills available to him, and when he has 10 or 12 balls under his belt, he can he can probably score a lot more frequently. But going gung ho in the first and the second over, especially at that time, so there was a lot of rain around, and we just got that first. There was a delayed start, and then we got that one over, and it was a delayed delay again, and then we came back to bat again after short rain burst, and then he just didn't wait and just gave his wicket away.
Yeah, definitely. So maybe he should let Rohit play the aggressor for the time being, and he should take his time. He is the best batsman in the lineup, so he can take his time and he can make it up for the balls that were taken for settling down in the later half of the innings, and he can easily play catch up. So he is capable of that. So I think there should be uh, a switch in the strategy. Similarly for Surya, I think he is also just looking to hit from the first ball itself, hitting out of the park. So sometimes it comes off,
Yeah,
sometimes it does not, and having the same approach for all the bowlers and for every type of ball, I think it's not proving very useful for
yeah,
Surya.
yeah.
So I think they should take this US leg very seriously. Otherwise, I think Surya can be easily replaced by Sanju Samson.
Yeah, yeah, and I think the decision to play Rishabh Pant at number three has worked really well for India, and he's performed in both the matches. Though in this one as well, as you rightly said, he had given away a few chances, but ultimately Pakistan didn't capitalize on them, and he went on to score a few runs again, which is good. But Surya, as you rightly said, he was also demoted in the batting order, so they thought that probably this is a better time for Akshar to come in place, because they thought that Akshar would probably bat a lot more sensibly than Surya, which is again a bit strange, because Akshar plays in your side as an all-rounder, while Surya is your best T20 batter. And
Yeah.
I think a lot more faith needed to be shown in Surya, and also for Surya, because he again is as we said for Virat, he can change the game and any time and up the ante and change the gears. So why he hasn't been doing that, and why he's just playing rash shots to get out, is a bit unexplainable at this point. Because once you get out of these ties, now you have to play against US and then against Canada. So these are the only two games in which you'll probably get a chance to get back into form. After that, they're
Yes.
all big matches then.
Yeah.
So I
After
think this is
that,
going to be
every
really, yeah, really tricky for Surya and Virat to now get a few runs under their belt.
definitely. After that, every match is virtually a knockout game because you have to win all the matches as much as you can in the second leg in the Super 8 of the tournament. So I think they have got two practice matches like a gift because India is not so much under pressure uh, to score at a very brisk pace or to achieve a certain run rate because they are already the table toppers. So they should take these two matches as an additional chance to prove themselves and to get into the groove of the World T20 tournament. And yeah, just to decide for yourself that what kind of approach you are going to take going further in the tournament, what kind of shots would be the best that would work for you. So they have we can call these two matches as like a figuring out match
Yeah,
for Surya. So I
yeah.
think he has to capitalize on these two.
Yeah, I think apart from that, the places of these two are any which way secure. So I think whatever happens to the outcome of this tournament, they both have started the tournament and they will finish it. But uh, nothing can then be said about Shivam Dubey in this situation, because first of all, he is very new to the international circuit, and I don't think he will get many more opportunities, as you rightly said, with Sanju Samson waiting in the background, and also Yashasvi Jaiswal for that matter. So
Yes.
India can always revert back to opening with Rohit and Yashasvi, and Kohli comes in one down, in which situation again Shivam Dubey's spot becomes a bit tricky. So I think he now also needs to perform in the next few one.
Yeah, definitely he has to prove that the chances that have been given to him are worth it because, as you rightly said, a southpaw for a southpaw, we can definitely bring in Yashasvi Jaiswal at the opening slot, and then Virat can come one down, especially on the slower wickets of West Indies, where an aggressive start from Yashasvi would prove to be wonderful, and we know that he was really successful in the last West Indies tour, where he really came to the international arena and just proved his mettle that what he can do. So I think that can be the scenario if we see continued failure from Shivam Dubey's side. So yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's a
But
wake up call
overall,
for him.
yeah, overall, how did you find this game? Because last few overs were very, very exciting.
Definitely, it was not for the faint-hearted, for
Yeah,
sure. So a lot of people, including me, lost hope at the end of the first innings. I thought 119. It's not going
yeah,
to be defendable total. I was thinking of at least 130 if they would have
yeah,
scored. There is some
yeah,
hope, but the wicket was a really tough one to catch hold of because it was stopping it. There was variable bounce, there was a slight movement of the deck. So there was help, but it needed a very good bowling attack to defend this kind of a total. And really, India have outdone themselves in this
yeah.
defense, I would say.
Yeah, I think completely the opposite. I think India did ball really well in the second half of the innings. But for me, again, as you rightly said, good total would have been around 140, but a fighting total around 130 was also Not that bad, but the only way India were gonna win this one is if they could take a fair few wickets in the power play early on. That would mean that the pressure shifts back on the Pakistanis, but that didn't really happen. Pakistan managed to get a hold of their wicket, and they were also scoring at not that bad a rate. So in a match where you only need to score with 6 runs and over, and they were there or thereabouts all the time in the first 10 overs, and it thought I really thought that this match was gone by that time after the 10th over, but uh, they they just crumbled. I think India did ball really well, but I think they just crumbled under the pressure in that situation.
Definitely, yeah. Once they lost Rizwan, I think it was all downhill from there,
Yeah,
because they had put up a lot of hopes on Rizwan that he would carry the
yeah,
team through in this chase, and they were quite relaxed till Rizwan was there. But
yeah,
once he got out, I think panic got panic spread throughout the team, throughout the batting order. Post that, they were not able to score boundaries, nor they were able to rotate strike very frequently. So I think after the 14th over, the next boundary came in the last over, where
yeah.
Naseem Shah was
Shaheen
just
Afridi.
throwing his
Yeah,
hands around,
yeah,
just to gather whatever runs he
yeah,
can. So yeah, that was the chokehold that
yeah.
Bumrah and Akshar brought upon.
I think with Canada also winning against Ireland, the road has become really tricky for Pakistan from here on to lift their feet on the trot, and now they definitely need to beat both Ireland and Canada. But even if US just wins one game, or a game gets washed out between any of the US's sides, and US get that 1 point, then that's curtains for Pakistan. I don't think they would really want to be in this situation.
Yeah, definitely. It's a tricky situation for Pakistan to be in, because now they have to rely on Ireland beating US, and then they have to beat both Canada and US also. Uh,
Yeah,
Even after that, it would come down to the run rate scenario.
yeah,
So there are a lot of permutations and combinations involved right now for Pakistan to
yeah,
qualify for the Super 8. So yeah, it's a very tricky situation, and not a very uh, uh, a good scenario for a test playing nation, because now if they are not able to qualify for the Super 8, then they have to play the qualifier rounds as well for the next T20 World Cup in
yeah,
2026. So that's quite a shame.
yeah, yeah. So, going on to the India versus US match that's just about to start in a few hours from now. I mean, what do you think? I mean, US did give Pakistan a big fight, and the match went to the super overs, which obviously Pakistan ended up losing. Again, that was the game where I would say that Pakistan lost more than US won, like in the India versus Pakistan game as well. But do you think that this can be a tricky fixture for India, or do you think like this is a done deal?
I think now even India would be on quite an alert after the match against Pakistan going down to the wire. They would be wary of the fact that they are facing a team which has already beaten Pakistan. So
Yeah,
on a given day in a T20, the team that plays better takes the win. So they would not take US any lightly. But I think there is a clear gap in the matchup, and India is hands down a pretty strong team
yeah,
against the US. And if we look at the talent, then there is no
yeah,
match. But yeah, they can make a game out of it. Again,
yeah,
if the pitch stays like this, and there is a conditions helpful to the bowling, so anything can happen. We just saw
yeah,
yesterday in the match of Bangladesh versus South Africa. So South Africa again scraped through just by 4 runs.
yeah,
So, and that too due to a controversial rule
yeah,
in cricket. Otherwise it would have been win for Bangladesh. So the totals that we are getting in the US leg of the tournament, I think they are pretty low. I think anyone crossing 130 is also a great
Yeah.
performance. So I
Yeah.
think this would again be a low total encounter, and it will all come down to the batting skills and who can handle the
Yeah.
pressure better. So I
Yeah. Yeah.
think advantage lies with India, as they have already uh, seen that kind of pressure in the match against Pakistan, and this is no match in terms of pressure as compared
Yeah.
to India versus Pakistan. So yeah, there
Yeah.
would be uh, more hopes relying on the US side that they again perform better than Indian team, but I think that would be quite tough for them to achieve.
Yeah. 100%. I think uh, US would never have faced the quality of bowling that India possess with the likes of Jasprit Bumrah and all. So even Hardik has shown really good form bowling wise, and has also done a fair few things with batting. And if you look at it objectively, three of our six batters haven't really contributed anything in the first few games. So
Yes.
it's if even one of them starts to fire, and we get contributions from the other three consistently, I mean, that in itself is going to be too much for the US to handle. So I think in the next two games, as we said, that it's the more important thing for India should be to get some runs under the belt for Virat and Surya, and if possible then Shivam Dubey as well. But the bowling has been the one that's been carrying India, and I think the bowling can be a bit too much for the US to handle at this point of time.
Yeah, definitely. And if they want to experiment with Kuldeep, that would also be kind of a surprise for the US team, because they have not played the bowler of the likes of Kuldeep, so they won't be aware of the variations and
Yeah.
the skills that Kuldeep possesses. So he alone can break the back of the batting order. So I think it would be a tough match for the US side, and I think they are clearly outclassed in terms of the talent.
Yeah, I think Kuldeep needs to be in this side because we do really need a genuine spinner, and what who knows how well he can perform in these tracks, because obviously there is help for the spinners in there. But my only concern is that when as we said, Virat and Surya are not firing consistently, then you do need probably the cushion of an Akshar in the team, because one thing that he's always proven is that he doesn't really give his wicket away. So he might not be as effective with the ball as Kuldeep is, but his batting certainly is what is making him stay in this side. So it will be a hard call, I think, to be able to remove Akshar from this time at from this point, because both Shivam, Kohli, and Surya for now haven't performed really.
Yeah, definitely. That's true. That Akshar is proving to be a handful in every match he plays,
Yeah,
and with he also brings an additional cushion at number 8, and he can be played at any number in the batting
yeah,
order. So that's the question he brings on.
yeah.
So
It's just
not
that
sure.
with both Akshar and Jadeja in the side, both the
Hmm.
spinners probably ball in the same manner. And as you rightly said that with Kuldeep, we'll have a different kind of a weapon in their starting 11, which is very needed, if you ask me, because that's what gives you a bowling attack even more variety. And this is the tournament. If the pitches stay like this in West Indies leg of the event as well, then it's probably your bowlers that will end up winning you the tournament if you are to win that tournament. So
Yeah,
Kuldeep
definitely.
needs to be there in the side, but the only question is at whose expense, because if we need our batters, then we do need an extra cushion in there.
Correct, correct, correct. That's true. It was just from the purpose of if you want Kuldeep to have a look in the to the pitches and just to get more accustomed to a match situation in the World Cup. So that's the only purpose it would serve. So if not this match, maybe they would definitely take a chance against Canada, because
Yeah,
post a win against US, they would have secured their seat for the Group Eight,
yeah,
for the Super Eight. So I think
yeah,
maybe next match they would surely give a chance to Kuldeep. Maybe in place of Akshar, or maybe in place of Shivam Dubey. Depends on the performance of
yeah.
Shivam in this match.
Yeah. Who do you think India needs to be careful for when it comes to from the US side?
Yeah, I think one guy who is continuously performing from their side is Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is playing good knocks. He has played good knocks and match-winning knocks in both the matches that US has played till now. I
Yeah,
think Aaron Jones would be a handful, because he is not all attack. He also plays sensibly, and he takes his time if he sees that the situation is not very conducive to the attacking style of batting.
yeah,
And I think the experience of Corey Anderson and Saurabh Netravalkar will also help US quite a lot in this match, because Saurabh has
yeah,
played from under 19 side of India as well. So he is aware of the players that are playing from the Indian side. So that
hmm,
can prove to be quite useful for US in
yeah,
terms of the insights. And I think Corey Anderson has always been a
yeah,
good international cricketer, so he can also play a handy knock, as
yeah,
well as he's useful from the bowling side as
yeah.
well. So I think these three
Yeah.
would be the players to watch out for.
Yeah, I think for me, Ali Khan has been really good for them bowling wise, and though he moved to US from Pakistan, but he was really spotted by Dwayne Bravo, and he also plays for the Kolkata team in the KKR team, basically in the Caribbean Premier League, and he has been doing really well, and he also performed really well against Pakistan. So Ali Khan probably is one of the people that I would think can have a real big say in this match. Jassi Singh again, from we just talking about the bowlers here, because those are the ones that are dominating this tournament. I think
Yes.
Jassi Singh has also done really well. In their batting, Andres House has also performed really well. So this is, I think, the side is coming on pretty well, of the US side. And at the start of the tournament, probably we didn't think that they'll be they'll emerge out as such a strong player. So this match can be a really good one to assess basically how the US is performing against the top sides, because if US do make it to the knockout rounds of this tournament, then they might also have another fish to fry on their pan.
Yeah, definitely. Then they would have to face the likes of Australia, South Africa, and maybe probably New Zealand if qualifies. Then Corey Anderson plays against his former team, so that would be a nice contest to watch as well. But yeah,
Yeah,
uh, then the league becomes for the big boys. So the US would be a nascent team in that Super 8 if they qualify, and then they have to exchange big blows with these pros. So it would be a good rehearsal of judging how they stack up against a world class team like India. So yeah, it would be a beneficial match for US any which ways. Even if they lose, they would get to learn
yeah,
what are the strategies that team like India follows, and
Yeah,
uh, how to carry yourself, or how to cope up with that kind of pressure of the
yeah,
international stage. So yeah, that would
yeah,
be a learning lesson for the US.
yeah. But I don't think both of us foresee any kind of an upset in this one, right?
Right, right. Yeah, I don't see an
Yeah.
upset happening here. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think then yeah, that's about it. Any last words, Divyansh, that would you want to add?
Yeah, definitely. Just want to see a much better performance from few batsmen from the India
Yeah.
side. I think they should come good in this match, since they now not have the pressure of an India versus Pak, or the beginning the tournament in a new situation. They are quite accustomed to the situation. They are playing on the same pitch since the beginning. So I think now some of the players should come good, and maybe if we reach a 150, I'm being optimistic, but uh, that would be a good side to
No,
have.
I think it's not just being optimistic. I think if Virat and Surya, even if they get only 30 runs each or something like that, I'm pretty sure that even on these pitches we will reach a 150 kind of a score, because we aren't that far away. If you ask me, it's just
Yes.
that one or both of them need to fire. Rohit has been doing really well batting wise, and so
Yeah.
has been Rishabh. So we need probably a little more contributions from these two, and 150 on these pitches. I don't think that we are asking for too much when you think about that. We're not talking about a 180 or 190 score on these pitches. 150 is still
Yes.
doable. I don't think then that's a big issue.
Yes, it is still doable. We just need one more partnership,
Yeah,
probably from number three or number four, and then we are good. And at the end, I
yeah,
think Hardik can give us some finishing blows.
yeah.
So 150 should be
Because
achievable, and we
yeah,
would like to see
because
that.
that is what
Yeah.
is missing, right? Why we are not able to reach 150 and odd? Because it's just that when the last four overs are arriving, we don't have enough batsmen left to take on the strike and play a quick fire 30 or 15 or 20 balls. We don't have that kind of batsman available because we have lost them at the early part of the match. So I think
Definitely.
if these two players specifically start firing, then that won't be an issue, because we will certainly at that point of time have a Hardik or a Surya batting in the situation where we need them to bat.
Definitely. So yeah, hoping to get a good performance from India once
Yeah,
again, and we will come up with the analysis of this match, and also the preview of India versus Canada, that is happening on the Saturday of this week.
yeah,
So keep joining, keep subscribing, and keep commenting uh, what more you want to see from our side. So yeah, happy to uh, read all the comments, and being better all the time. So thank you.
yeah. Yeah, thank you. So this is the cricket castaway, and keep waiting for our content, and keep subscribing. Thanks.
Thank you.